how you would work with me when it comes to this. Anyway. Hello, good afternoon. Hope you're having a great day. Everything operate properly as they should be. What is? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anymore. But hello, I'm V. I hope you're having a great day. My camera top or lighting is going berserk. You know, I upgraded the bit. Why is it still showing that? That's weird. Hang on. 1 second. I changed that to 6,000. Fine. That's fine. Oh, I guess when I change tabs, it changes it. Interesting. Weird, but it's interesting. Suck of it. Ah well, not too much I can do about that. Outside of starting and then restarting, which not gonna bother. Anyways, we're gonna play a little bit more of Slay the Princess. Next stream after this is probably gonna be a different game as well. Trying to get a feel for playing different games as opposed to just being stuck on one. But I do kind of want to see how things are going to turn out a little bit with this one. Crazy, man, just crazy. The different things doing this thing, and it's just absolutely insane. But if I remember correctly, I was. Hey, Reaper. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you haven't been staying up all night like you've been doing. I hope you got some sleep. I digress. We're gonna play a little bit of the Slay the Princess. If I remember correctly, I believe I'm in the tower. Tower thing. Hmm. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you, Reaper. Can you hear the game okay? It doesn't sound like. My own headset was down. Can you hear everything okay? Is the sound on the speakers and the sound on my voice sound okay? I like my t-shirt. Look. Can't believe they made an autocorrect into a t-shirt. Can you hear me okay? Is everything working correctly? Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Do I need to repeat the question? Oh, sorry for the ad. There's an ad playing. This is the first time it happened. Creeped me the hell out. It actually, apparently, if you wait long enough, the thing just changes. So, she was just sitting there, then it started glitching around. Now it's this. I'm pretty sure if I wait longer, it does another thing. Yeah. Up there it goes again. Cabin. Cabin in the woods. I'm gonna have to. At one point, I'm gonna have to watch this and see what happens.
Why do we feel so small?
Aha! Yep, this is the tower. Oh no.
We don't feel small. We are small.
We are small. Reaper.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement. What are you talking? It'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
I do agree. I do look ridiculous. I feel ridiculous, sir.
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Okay, voice of the broken, you are sad.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Why is everything so big?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Okay, that's kind of crazy.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time.
Booming voice.
We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Broken,
Should we
you are
be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
He is a broken individual. So
It
sad.
doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over,
Holy!
almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
Yeah.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
Oh god, no! Oh god, no! I'm scared! I'm scared, man!
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp.
Wait, I didn't select that.
Uselessly to the floor. But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
Narrator, you got no idea what you're doing, dude.
Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
No.
Are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
Oh, Jesus.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
I'm scared, man.
The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs.
Wow.
I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson.
I think it's gonna get worse.
You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she?
So much worse.
Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction.
Ah! Oh, come on. The Nightbot is acting crazy. I'm sorry, man. Nightbot apparently does not like... Take them. Take them? Why? Oh, God. Oh, God, who did you send to me? Togepi?
Hello?
I'm noticing that. I'm gonna have to do something about that one. Oh, thank you for the raid, Togepi. Hang on. I do not need Nightbot timing out Togepi. Hang on. Hang on. Give me a second. Togepi, where are you? Togepi, say something. I know how to fix this. Togepi, say something. Hang on, I gotta go into my thing. It timed out Togepi. I can't have that. No. No. Well, I'm not doing that to Togepi. Togepi is a lovely individual. Togepi. Where are you, Togepi? Let's sing. Sing with Togepi. And okay, that's gonna remove the other thing, and there. Now you won't get timed out by Nightbot. There you go, Togepi. I'm sorry about that. There, now you can do your raid message if you want to. I'm sorry. I did not know Nightbot was going to be that pissed off when it came to raid. Oh god. I gave the Togepi. Look! I'm going to be crushed! I'm scared! Hold on, I gotta do a shout out. Shout out! Togepi raid! Bear down! Okay, I'm gonna have to go in and actually change my Nightbot settings. Nightbot settings. I didn't expect this. I don't know. Okay, here's a dashboard. Commands, chat moderation. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care about excessive emotes. That's fine. Excessive symbols. Don't care about caps. Don't care about that. So the only thing that was timing you out was the emotes, it looks like. And symbols, I guess. Okay, that's fine. Okay, there you go. Now it should not time you out for emotes. I'm sorry about that. I actually feel really bad. Coffee. Yeah, well, I know how to go and edit my bot at least. Like, same point. Happy just didn't want to. Togepi raid! Little Togepis everywhere. We're playing Slay the Princess. I've seen some pretty gruesome things. She's already cut off her arm twice. She cut off her head herself, which creeped me out. Back is itchy. Ugh. I know. That's what I'm saying. I had to edit the bot. Back scratcher. Back scratcher. There's always that itch you have in the middle of your back that you can never reach. You cannot stop us all. Oh, I think it's gonna get worse.
He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done.
Back scratchers are awesome, dude. I'm not that flexible. I don't know why you wouldn't, because back scratchers are awesome. Sometimes I can't find my back scratcher. I have to have my partner scratch my back for me, and she's like, and she'll joke around with me like, "No, I'm not gonna scratch your back." I'm like, "Really?" And she's like, "Turn around." I'm like, ugh. Hey, if you don't have a back scratcher, you're missing out.
The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. If you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off.
Yes.
You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
See, Reaper, why even hurt yourself then? Like, back scratcher, no. Bear of Chaos, you should be able to do the raid. Can you try the raid thing one more time, Bear of Chaos? I want to see if it times you out, because I did make edits to the Nightbot commands. I want to make sure it doesn't keep doing it. If you don't mind, please. There you go. Okay, cool. I have reined in Nightbot. Yes, flexibility is a very important thing when... I'm not gonna finish that statement. What would you have me do? What do you have planned? Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. I have questions for you before I decide to do anything. What happened to you after I died? I'm not gonna help you end the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do that. I'm yours. Ooh. Hey, Christmas Grunder. I hope you're having a great day. What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
Oh God! She strangled me with her foot before.
There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps.
Oh, yeah.
Or a pet.
Hey, look at my shirt. This is my mindset. I'm just a main autocorrect person. What the duck?
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
The broken guy, maybe, yeah. I have three voices right now. I have the narrator, I have the voice of the hero, and I have the voice of the broken. The voice of the broken, I think, is the masochist.
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
You're so powerful, why can't you just break the chains
Don't be
yourself?
moved. Of course she can.
Shut up, broken dude!
It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do.
Alright, Togepi, enjoy your chores.
The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world.
Yeah, okay, lady, you're crazy. How do I... gotta go to my creator dashboard. Manager... I don't see if anybody's... Oh, thank you for the follow, Bear of Chaos. I very much appreciate you.
And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn. A better dawn.
Oh god, what am I dealing with? There are a lot of endings to this, dude.
Submit now. Submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
And I'm not done either. I'm not gonna help you end the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do that.
I say, perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters.
What?
Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants.
Broken, shut up.
No objections here.
Narrator, I don't like you.
I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade.
Why are the voices in agreement?
As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Right. Oh wow, I can't pick these other options. It just... Why? What are you going to try and make me do with it? I'm going to kill you. You're not kidding about divine hand. Who's doing this? Is it her? Is it you? I have to pick up the blade.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stabby, stabby. Skirt, skirt, skirt.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably gonna stand anyway.
I'm dealing with crazy people. I hate you. I hate you so much, all of you. Stop making me do things. I'm going to kneel here forever. I can't do anything.
Feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What?
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 You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
Oh, for once, now they're actually fighting back.
Oh,
End this.
We'll end this all right.
Broken?
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Unclear language. Slay yourself, slay the princess. Slay yourself, slay... I don't... You know what? Screw this! Slay you!
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time.
I gotta
you
fight back!
Towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
I'm sorry. Don't... As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility.
Hey, my blade on my cursor has blood on it.
Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
I'm not yawning, I'm just in shock.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her. It's what she wants. You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you.
Stop him from
On
killing
it.
you.
Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. The blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
What the hell?
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
What do you mean for? Slay the princess!
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
This ain't no princess.
Continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement.
Well, no, it's only the narrator, the broken, the hero, and myself. There isn't 4. There's only 3 right now.
This would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand.
Yeah, I agree.
Influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will. You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Oh, this is painful.
Stop.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat. The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Sorry.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before.
Didn't miss anything.
Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death.
That's a little demeaning, isn't it? Yes, how thoughtful of her. It's a mercy. Take it. I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this. At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
Dog's being a pain in the butt. I'm yours. Pledge yourself to her. Slay the princess! No!
Yes.
Forget this!
Your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will. You finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react.
Okay, that one's fine.
The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance.
Why is my duck see-through?
She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees. But you don't give her any time to recover.
Yeah.
Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest.
Oh god. I'm fighting to the death.
As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh. We can do this, can't we? You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
Achilles tendon down.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
Broken, shut up! You're an idiot!
Shut up.
Shut up!
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You
heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
She's angry. She's angry!
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet.
Well, that hurt.
There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine breaks, numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest.
Oh!
Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact.
Man down! Man down!
You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine.
Shut up, Hero.
She
Slayer
collapses to
better.
the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together.
So is that it? But did I win?
I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we?
Where's the hands? Are they gonna take her away?
Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something. I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Fury. Oh. Oh no.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that?
What in the... Broken, shut up.
I think he's upset.
I think he's upset.
And what's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
Oh, stubborn. That's a new one.
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was, and ever will be.
Can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us, and you almost got us killed. You're being too generous. He did get us killed.
That's the thing, I killed her. Why am I back in the
Right,
world?
Enough chatter. Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions. Okay, great, you're listening. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a...
Is this
if your
really-
thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her. It's hardly a path in the woods at this point, is it? Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
Oh. I'm done with this. Bye. Turn around and leave.
So what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really gotten a say in things.
What a crock of shit. Yeah, you stabbed us last time. Repeatedly.
It didn't even work. It doesn't count.
It doesn't
We
count?
died! If you didn't submit to her, for all we know, that wouldn't have happened.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me. To her.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think we have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change. Second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it.
Well, thank you, stubborn.
Then what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens. Yeah, but is there something after the end? How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there, if there even is a there. It doesn't matter because we're going to win. Now that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on the present and everything will be absolutely fine.
I think I did make her very angry. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are at the cabin. We might as well see this through. Yeah, it is. The ground sounds squishy.
All on the same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as
Reaper.
I'm sure you already know. End her.
So Reaper, you ever seen this one? The Fury?
That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before.
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining. The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight.
Okay, that's a mirror, but that's...
But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible. You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
And it's...
A mirror.
It's the mirror.
There is no mirror. There's the pedestal, the blade sitting on the pedestal, and the door to the basement.
What
Just
is
tell
going
us where
on?
the door is. I'd like to get back to fighting, and if you want us to kill her so bad, I'm sure you feel the same. No more messing around.
Oh, did you get like ghostly ones?
I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely. What are you trying to say exactly?
He thinks we've lost it. That we're succumbing to madness, that something in us has broken.
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time arguing with any of you. It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange. It really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
I feel like I should have grabbed the blade.
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we've seen there? We won't be able to see anything if we smash it.
Oh god, something bad's about to happen.
Up with it this way. Smash it! Let's get violent already. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time. You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its
Mirror's
ancient
gone.
hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness.
I forgot the blade! I'm screwed.
The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice of bellowing rage roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart? Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat. see how you've soured my once divine melody.
Oh
She's
god.
so angry with us.
I should have brought the blade.
Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good. She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination, and we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault. If she's an abomination, then what does that make us?
She was going to end the world last time.
Yeah.
If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here, and it's why your task is so important. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
Or I'm being messaged.
The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
Can I go back and grab the blade, please?
Princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound that tears, it plops to the ground. She pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you.
Let her end it. It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
Screw that. We can win. We've done it before and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us. We don't even have a weapon. It doesn't matter. I refuse to go out any way that isn't kicking and screaming.
Call him, I'm scared.
The world hasn't wronged me the way you have. Maybe I'll get around to it eventually, though. Once I've had my fill of you.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound. No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that. She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive. Even
I'm
in
still
her
alive?
defilement, she is merciful.
We're not out for the count just yet. But we didn't even bring a weapon.
Yes, because we knew it was over.
No weapon this time.
Hey,
It's almost
Zilla.
as if you were planning on dying here. As if I'd grant you such a mercy. No, we're going to make this last forever. Let's see how deep we need to dig to find the defiant little spark of your soul. This will hurt you.
Something infiltrates you. Though you do not see it, you feel it, slithering into your disaster of a body, seeping into the gaps between your molecules.
Oh.
The body of a sapient creature has, on average, 30 trillion cells. and each one of those cells is composed of 100 trillion some odd atoms. One of those cells is peeled from the others. 100 trillion atoms are gone.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes? I think. Then 2 are peeled away. Then 4.
I think I'm a little more than a puddle, but I think I'm about to be a puddle.
This is nothing. Nothing.
Nothing!
8, 16, 32, 64.
Whatever is happening to us, it's happening faster.
128, 256.
This reminds me of a
512.
This reminds me of a math problem that says that if you had a choice between $1 million and getting a penny that doubles each day, what would you pick? And for 30 days, and if you pick the penny, it actually in the end of it, like it's like 2 pennies and 4 pennies and it's 8 pennies. By the end of it, you end up with like over $10 million.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
1,024, 2,048, 4,096.
Oh, true.
8,192.
I feel small. Smaller than before.
16,384. 32,768. 65,536.
Sir, you are not helping.
You can't just count us into oblivion. 131,072. 262,144. 524,288.
What happens when it gets higher? Like, really higher?
Nothing. Just like nothing's happening now.
But something is happening now. Something in us is liquefying. Something that started small but that keeps getting bigger.
One 1,048,000. The hundreds don't matter anymore.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Ah, she's twisted.
2,096,000. 4,192,000. 8,384,000.
I don't like this waiting.
Yeah, this is taking forever.
Waiting for something to happen. But it's taking
Taking so long.
16,768,000. 33,536,000. 67,072,000. Your eyes are useless. 134 million. The thousands don't matter anymore.
Thank
Your
you.
blood begins to go places it shouldn't.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
There's the pain. I can feel it now. But we can handle this. We can't let her win.
There's the pain.
We can't handle anything. We're at her mercy.
$268 million. We don't need to count anymore. Your lungs fill with liquid. You smell things you shouldn't. You choke on pieces of what used to be you.
Okay, when Cappy did it, it was a lot more wholesome and stuff like that. Why is my path just psychotic?
Doesn't matter, because we're still alive. You are deconstructed. You are reconstructed. A square you, a round you, a you with too many legs, a you with many mouths which won't stop screaming. Then all of it pressed into a ball, tightly packed into the size of a fist. does you even mean anymore? We just keep changing into horrible things we can't control. Make it stop, please. Make it stop. Please make it stop.
You means we exist. There has to still be a way for us to win. Otherwise this would be pointless, and all this torture would be for nothing.
You're right about one thing. It is torture. But it isn't pointless. The whole point is that it's torture.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
I don't think so, lady.
Yes.
The ball is unraveled into the shape of a body. The skin peels off in a corkscrew. The eyes are plucked. The organs arranged in the air in a neat row.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Lady, shut up!
No.
Yes.
You are stretched into a line 12 feet long, then 24, then 48. The line gets thinner as you get longer. A mile. 2. 4. 8.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes.
16. 32.
So is she only arguing with the stubborn?
64.
No.
And then, all at once, there is a great rewinding, and all of the disparate threads that once were you fall dutifully back into place. You are whole again, and in your body, the same body you arrived in. The princess stands before you, her dress of skin more tattered than before, her face sullen.
It's all hollow. I ripped you to pieces. I broke your will, but it means nothing. I am forever a piece unfinished, a song with no refrain.
You keep me alive. Been here so long. Everyone is gone. Can't feel anything anymore. But I'm still sad.
We're so different. How could I ever hope for you to understand me?
She stands, arms outstretched, neck craned, gaze transfixed on something unseen above you both.
But perhaps there is a way to grant you understanding. Perhaps there is a way to make myself whole once more.
You are unwound again. But it's different this time. Nothing slithers into your cells. You can feel something changing inside of you. But you see her changing too. Threads, strands of you, becoming pieces of something new. Something that's both you and her. Oh no, absolutely not. You have to stop this. Do you hear me? You have to stop this, or the entire world ends.
Stop. There's about to be an ad run, so I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna run it real quick so I can use the bathroom just for a second. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Yeah. I've returned. Yeah. Narrator disappeared. I think something's gonna happen. There's nothing left to stop anything. Your consciousness drifts towards her.
Yes. Yes. See me as I have had to see you.
You do. You see a towering heart, wounded and alone. One that is familiar to you, if distant.
No. This isn't right. I feel cold.
Really? You gonna take that? Okay. The tethers that started to form between you and her, between you, have snapped. The union has been halted. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. What do I look like now? Do I look messed up? Silence as you approach. Wow! You're withered. You've withered. You've withered. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Can't be a contradiction. Contradictions almost. How can you stand to be a contradiction? Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make it worse? Make you worse? What do you think of this vessel? I'm still planning to kill you once we've done this. We're done with this. You know what happens to the worlds we leave behind? Have you figured out what you'll want when this is finished? Do you still not care what I bring you next? How many more vessels do I need to bring? I think most of it's in order, so...
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. As easily as you can stand to be you, you are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit, even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
No matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Can I change you? You.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me and I hate it. I hate you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
Think of this vessel.
This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. There is passion and empathy buried under her unfeeling skin. She will make for a weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done. The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me. I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you. The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
This game goes deep, man.
If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me. We will know when we near our destination. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark. Arrow on the frame, the rewound.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Hang on.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Nope, sure doesn't.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Am I? I mean, yeah, the very first time I played this, I went in, slayed her, and just left. And then waited, or whatever. And I won the game, got the good ending. All of that. I'm going through a more twisted playthrough. No blade for me, thank you.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and her voice
Hello?
is hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. Good. You're still listening to reason.
Yeah.
It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
What's funny is the achievement says it's the good ending, which I think is hilarious.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to... I am begging you to stay.
Hi.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a... No. You're doing the right. You walk up to the chains binding the print. They're large and heavy. Far too...
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere doubtful. Whoever locked...
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
I didn't select that option.
Lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before placing her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clack. It's the blade from upstairs. Or we could use it to... You won't like what happens if...
Screw it.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground.
I didn't try this option before.
Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
Oh.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
Oh boy.
It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now.
Yeah, seriously, she's...
As you ready
Oh, God!
to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm.
No, bad.
Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back.
Oh, God.
You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
I could give up, I could finish the job, or I could run for the stairs and lock her in the basement and she'll bleed out. I'm gonna finish the
You
job.
steel your resolve and to take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job.
That's great.
You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons, and then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Cool. Uh-oh. The witch.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I don't think there actually is a true ending to it. I remember when Cappy played it, he got to a very interesting ending where he basically kind of just stayed with the princess or whatever. And I think that's a good ending as well, but I don't know if that's the true ending. I don't think there is a true ending.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Hey, it's the Opportunist.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show. A warning. Before you go in, she will lie. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done. The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay, that's kind of creepy.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Not worried about the mirror. Don't want to approach the mirror. I'm gonna. Do I want to take the blade or do I want to leave the blade? I'm gonna take the blade.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting. There's Jeff, but he says that. Oh, I'm sure we look great. If only there was some sort of You do see it, right? I see all sorts of things.
Opportunist, you're a dick.
But do help me
Help me out
will
here.
you? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Did you ever get the witch?
You walk up to the wall. It's really. You reach for. Well, at least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good
Same thing.
work,
Try to wipe the mirror, whatever.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
This feels like a cave.
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Skitters.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I'm not nasty. Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the
Say
path.
hello.
I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Uh-oh. She's angry.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess.
Yeah, I believe it.
Fine. You're the boss.
Maybe one day I'll get the true. I'll do a walkthrough to do the true ending or whatever. I'm just kind of picking random things though.
Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
Hi, lady.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
That's the witch? That doesn't look like a witch.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
Because I stabbed her with it last time. Duh.
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out?
After us telling you repeatedly?
Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, You really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I'm sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? I'm sure. Don't worry, the blade isn't for you. Or not for killing you. Gotta get you out of here somehow. You have to scare me, okay? When you started gnawing your arm off, it scared me, so I stabbed you. Things got out of hand. You can't. We both died last time. You can't back up. I know. Got messy last time, but I think there's really bigger than both of us. We should team up. Why do I have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out here? I don't want to hurt you. Clearly there's some broken trust. Take this decision. I don't trust you, not enough to free you, and definitely not close to you. I'm leaving. Bye. I'd like to be straightforward with my intentions. I didn't care for how you treated me last time, and I think you might be in danger to the world. I don't want to hurt her. I'm gonna give her the blade.
You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I. I abstain. You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her. You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right?
I'm fine with that.
But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet.
Look at her confused face, like, what the hell?
She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
You hear a clanging of metal against the dirt floor, and the chains fall from the princess's wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now. Luckily for us, you're not her. Oh, we sure think alike, though. I can promise you that. Whatever you say next, you better make it count. She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
Up to you. That's why I gave you the blade I chose last time, so not regret. A little scared and we're both hurting. If one of us is painful, we'll probably kill each other forever. If you want that, I don't. You better be beautiful. I want to actually save you. Feels like but you're like someone I know. You're probably going to kill me.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
I gave you the blade, lady.
And then she buries the blade in your heart.
Ow.
What? No, come on, that's not right. told you! I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it! I got you! You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
And your power to a suspicious character.
You're on a path in the woods. She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us.
Oh great, we got the cheated.
Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against. But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway. I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things.
Ads just started for Twitch, which where most people are watching this thing from, so I'm gonna take a minute. Paper has something in that there's a true ending. If I want to get something like that, I probably have to follow some kind of guide. I don't think well, I might do that. Probably on another stream. Right now, though, I'm just taking kind of paths as they come. See the different results. There he is. Let's see. Find. Right now, we found the thorn. Found the fury. If you're gonna send it to me in Discord, though. Reaper, can you see me right now, or are you in the middle of an ad? This is known as the pristine cut, so I wonder what makes... why it's the pristine cut, like what's changed about it. I believe it.
You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other. Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually.
Twice.
Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through. Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already. All of your game. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her. What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this, the more likely it is that you'll fail. You've already failed twice.
Hey, I killed her once.
So you knew this could happen? Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it.
How many I was supposed to be the first. How many narrators are there?
Not even he really seems to get what's going on. If the guy who goes around acting like he knows all the rules doesn't even know how this works, what's the point in listening? Then we can all move on and forget what I said about failure. It's important that you believe in yourself, and the fact you're here probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world. My world, at least. It sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already. I need to stop talking. Think happy thoughts. Yes, good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do, and you're the smartest in the room. I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it. Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in the plan. Trust in what plan? The Decider's plan.
Sure, send it to me through
Sure,
Discord.
we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? A good leader knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself.
That doesn't make any sense.
Sure, we'll see what she has to say for herself, but don't forget that whatever she says is likely just as much lies as what he's been telling us. We should keep our cards close to our chest. If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is. You should know that someone like her shouldn't be let loose upon the world. It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. You know what you have to do. The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath
isn't
it
even a
lies the
knife.
fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait,
DM it to me,
this
please.
isn't right? This is supposed to be a pristine blade. We We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it... Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different. You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go. But there isn't a mirror. I still don't get his angle here. Seems like whatever we do, he's always going to say it isn't there. He's either a liar, or he doesn't hold all the cards. But I think we already knew it had to be one of those. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it? You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. It went away when we touched it last time, not that this place always follows the same rules. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement.
There's not even a door.
You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough. Figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
A lot of thorns.
Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us. You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
How am I going to save the world if I don't have a knife?
I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going. They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage.
I'm sure you'll manage.
Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? We kill each other and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me. I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Oh god, she does have the knife.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
What do you... Oh. I'm not here to laugh. I can cut you. There's no... Like... but I guess I don't have any date. Fine.
I want to trust you.
What am I gonna do? Don't. I already killed her.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
Keep the knife.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
I proceed. I think we need blade.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you. I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. It does feel like we're stuck until we do something. If there's even anything to do besides make things worse. We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us. Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms. I'll be damned. She really gave it to us. It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it. We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do. I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him. We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while. See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Is that really all you've got, threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you. Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right, he's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
He's such a...
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
Ah.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us. We cut through those other vines just fine, they're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting, we can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? It feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now? Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. It's going to do something to us. I can feel it. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
Rat the cat.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Horrible question.
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins.
Hydration. I am out of hydration. I gotta grab something to drink. Hang on. Hey, Grunder. Back, my.
I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there? There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last. We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Thoughts on.
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Send me back, I'm not alone. Our voices harm me, but one of them is call him kill you.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Does in fact, does I don't know what I'm finding. Does and when I find him does.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours. If I did, I would already be awake. 1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
Fight on this last stage before.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn. We may fight, and we may not, but not all fights end in destruction, just as not all conversations end in peace. Even if you destroy me, it will have been worth it to finally know what I am, and to have had the chance to know you. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
You're on a path in the woods, and you're here to... You make a warning. She will lie. We're not going to go through. Ignore him. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only blade is your... You take the blade.
Final.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing us her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it fool you. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding. She's so... Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? How about you drop the knife?
Look how reasonable she's been. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide. You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Then I'm not talking to you.
The blade tumbles out.
Thank you. Maybe now we can.
Against your better judgment, we'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure. Well, we can always put that knife to.
Her sharp eye. She isn't she is.
Oh, have you decided?
You know why. Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chair, large and heavy, far too solid.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should.
Doubtful. Whoever.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to find. You attempt to make your... someone else here. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. The knife. Pick it up and...
You won't like...
I can't save the princess. It won't let me.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down. The princess flinches as you strike and your weapon sinks into her shoulder.
It locked me out.
You bastard. If I have to kill you to leave this place, I'll do it.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's unarmed and there's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out, knocking your legs out from under you. The two of you struggle on the ground. You lash out with the blade, slicing wherever you can. Her fists connect with your body again and again, each blow stronger than the last, shattering bone and rupturing tissue with reckless abandon. Forget trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. You roll out of her grasp and shakily push yourself back to your feet. Though every inch of you is in pain, the princess probably has it worse. Blood pours out from countless gashes, staining her once pristine dress. She pauses for a moment, catching her breath, staring at you with wild eyes. We can still turn this around.
Give up, I can finish the job. I'm gonna run
The princess
away!
is still chained to the wall. There's nothing she can do to stop you from getting out of here. What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is, she's so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be. You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe. For now. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier.
Oh, it's doing an ad. I know. I knew. Welcome back. Okay, we can make this work. It's an awful world. Have all the time in the world playing Gatekeeper for a while.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece.
What the heck?
Forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
So sure about outlasting me. You're so brittle. So go ahead, rest, do whatever you think will help you be prepared. But know that I'm coming for you, and that when I find you, I will make you hurt.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
I'm screwed.
You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Uh-oh.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Thanks, Neri.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. Shh. What if he hears us?
Doesn't remember what happens. Oh, we got a paranoid guy.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, This is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all. A warning. She will lie. I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least, she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
How much time you got left, Reaper?
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
Why is there no door?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
About to enter to the exit this whole thing. I think I'm gonna call it here for the time being, Dave. Because we're going to. I mean, you're the main person watching this. I think leaving it off like that is kind of. So we're gonna wait from here. See if I can raid somebody. Yeah, physical therapy is important, dude. It is very important that you. So I'm gonna Biffle. I've rated Biffle. Like a dapper young chap. Yeah. Alright, so thank you very much for watching with us tonight, or today, afternoon. I don't know if I can stream for the weekend. Everything's a little bit more. But let's do what we can and can't. So, but have a great night, or great day, and bye everybody. Oh, I forgot I have to. I'm sorry. Even Siri was. Have a great rest of your day. What if I don't want to say hi?